if you try to consume every dish that Indian people make, it's going to take you centuries.
It's not about the food. When somebody will come in here, they will create a memory.
कुकिंग भी एक आर्ट है, राइट? स्लो सालसा डांस.
Every food that we're going to serve you is going to be telling you a small story about how it was created, how the taste is going to be, how the flavor is impacting your tongue. A lot of food is from a Mughlai era. That was like one of the very good era where king or queen of that era were served a loyalty, like a royal food. Palak paneer was one of the very good creation that they used to put over there. So that recipe is passed down to every Indian restaurant or every Indian people that do this cooking themselves in the home. So that's a recipe that they follow.
एज अ शेफ़ हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज हो जाता है जब हम इंडिया से बाहर काम करते हैं, तो हमारे लिए और भी ज़्यादा चैलेंज हो जाता है किचन में काम करने के लिए कि जो डिशेस ऑथेंटिक और ट्रेडिशनल, जो हमारे मुग़ल आज़म टाइम से इतनी पुरानी डिशेस चली है, जस्ट लाइक बटर चिकन, दाल मखनी, इट्स ट्रेडिशनल ऑफ इंडिया. एंड ये डिशेस जो है वो हर इंडियन रेस्टोरेंट में आपको कहीं भी अवेलेबल मिलेंगी. हमें मार्केटिंग पे जाके, हर ग्रोसरी स्टोर पे जाके वो एक एक स्पाइस हमें ढूंढना पड़ता है ताकि हम उस चीज़ को प्रॉपर हम बना सकें और गेस्ट को हम उस तरह से सर्व कर सकें जो उन्होंने इंडिया में खाया होता है और जो उनके टेस्ट में वो चीज़ वो यहाँ पे ढूंढते हैं. तो हमारे लिए वो टफ़ कंडीशंस रहती है कि हम उस चीज़ को प्रॉपरली कैसे हम उसको रेडी करें.
We have to be a little different from others. So I want to explore more organic vegetables. I want to get the spices imported from India, and I want to hand grind it here. So if I bring from there the ground coriander seeds and I will grind it here, or the cinnamon or the cardamom, then I'll grind it here and I'll make my own masala spices ready.
So Rooh mainly focus on the story of the spice trade that happened long time back ago in a Mesopotamian era, where cinnamon, cardamom, or sarnies and stuff like that, the spices were traded between a lot of countries in India too. So that era started the creation of a lot of recipes in India, right? So that's the story that we follow on Rooh. For Goa itself is more of a Goan vibe with a more North Indian style. The way that we present it in front of the guest is very unique and very different, I would say.
In 2009, when I came, I was exploring like some jobs or some businesses. It was a big queue in front of the Subway restaurant. I went there, bought a sandwich. Wow, that business does so good. Why not I open my own restaurant then? Finally, I bought my restaurant in 2010. So with a very small capital, down payment. So then I started the local store marketing. I improved the restaurant operations. You guys are a great operator. Why don't you open couple of more locations? We thought, okay, why not we started our own brand like in the Indian restaurant. The Bar Goa received the prestigious Michelin guide. We see very much potential in Indian restaurant industry. So then we thought, okay, let's go for our second location. And we saw people want to try multiple cuisine, like different cuisine. So then we ended up buying this location, and we want to explore our own brand. Now Rooh is here.
Let's go on to my childhood, where one of my friends' dad worked in food and beverage director position in a 5-star hotel in Nepal. And every time he used to tell me a story about his dad, I was like, oh, this life is nice. So I started my studies in hospitality industry itself, and first experience that I ever got was doing a casual banquet, and I was assigned for a VIP section. General manager was like saying me, you have to be in detail. There's a system that goes in doing a VIP treatment. So I figured out that hospitality industry is one of the things that you do it for others, so others feel nice, happy, and then treat you back in similar way. When it started, it was mostly whatever ingredient that they could find over here, and then they started making it work for Indian cuisine, right? India doesn't have any octopus, lobster, beef For us to incorporate that ingredients in the food itself is a challenge. The chef faces that challenge. The challenge that we face when we are serving to the guests is explaining how an octopus came to an Indian cuisine, how a lobster came to the plate of an Indian restaurant. Every food that we're gonna serve you is gonna be telling you a small story about how it was created, how the taste is gonna be, how the flavor is impacting your tongue and stuff like that. Even every cocktail that we have in-house, it has a different aspect of taste, and some of the cocktail goes well with a lot of the food that we're gonna try.
Mostly, like if you go to the Indian restaurants, you will see the North Indian food, but nobody explored the East or the Northeast side food. So my goal is to like introduce the Eastern part of Indian food and the Northeast part of Indian food.
Like most of the guests over here don't know much about Indian cuisine. From the kitchen side itself, they always follow a standard recipe that they started with and then always goes on with that. If you change the recipe in a certain way, a lot of people will know that there's a small change over there, right? I personally would give you a small knowledge of how the Indian cuisine is gonna be in this restaurant, how Indian cuisine is outside, and how the flavor is gonna be impacting you with when you try your food, how the flavor is gonna be. And the tell that I'm gonna tell you is the thing that you're gonna keep it in your mind when you're tracking the food. Till the end of the day is gonna be honesty itself.
इन द बिगनिंग मैंने अपना कैरियर इंडिया से स्टार्ट किया. वहाँ पे मोस्टली हम एक ही कुजिन पे काम करते हैं, ओनली सेक्शन बाय सेक्शन काम करते हैं, तो हमें इतना एक्सपीरियंस नहीं होता है अदर कुजिन का, अदर सेक्शंस का. बट जब हम इंडिया से बाहर जाते हैं, अब्रॉड में काम करते हैं, तो वहाँ पे हमें मल्टी कुजिन में काम करना पड़ता है. हमें वो बहुत टफ़ चैलेंज होता है कि हमने इतने सारे शेफ़ों से के साथ मिलके काम करना होता है एज अ टीम, और हर कंट्री से शेफ़ होते हैं. जस्ट लाइक जब मुझे फ़र्स्ट अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली थी दुबई की, तो वहाँ पे मुझे बहुत चैलेंज मिले, बिकॉज देयर इज़ लॉट्स ऑफ कुजिन्स लाइक वेस्टर्न, एशियंस, इंडियन, अरबिक. सो वहाँ पे मुझे बहुत टफ़ चैलेंज मिले कि मुझे वो सारी चीज़ें लर्न करनी थी, और जो मेरे सीनियर शेफ़ थे वो मुझे हर कुजिन के लिए पुश करते थे कि वो भी लर्न करो, वो भी लर्न करो. तो बहुत टफ़ चैलेंज थे मुझे कि मुझे वन टाइम पे इतनी सारी कुजिन का नॉलेज गैदर करना है और मुझे एक अच्छा शेफ़ बनना है.
We got a Michelin guide recognition for Bar Goa because we were always keeping it constant of what we were doing. We were always following the same rules, same structure that we established when we started it. And the same recipe that Sif used back when they started the kitchen is still followed in Bar Goa itself.
We have to make ourselves stand out. Like how? Like we are not just a basic restaurant. We are a little bit above the basic, catering the best guest experience, you can say. So they will come back again and again. If it's their special day or just a casual visit, doesn't matter. But they will definitely create a memory here. So that's how I want to differentiate myself from the other restaurants. I want to make the restaurant popular in that way. I want to go to the different community and I want to approach them that try their food. We can customize the food according to your taste. If you don't want too spicy, no worries. We're gonna make it mild. We're gonna make it medium.
Over here, what Rooh and Bar Goa presents is giving you an experience of Indian cuisine, but a little bit elevated. If you try to consume every dish that Indian people make, it's gonna take you centuries. That's why Bar Goa and Rooh is here to show you some aspect of the food that people know in India in our way.